SHMACKEMAGOB, people, it's time for a track-by-track album battle. And this time I'm putting The Wall versus The Wall. Yes, disc 1 and disc 2 both have the same amount of tracks. Now, I want to say that this right here is my all-time favorite album. And it's funny, because Pink Floyd is not even in my top 20 of favorite bands. Maybe not even in my top 30 if I was to make a list. But there's something about this album, man. It, like, to me, it transcends music, and it just, it does something to me that no other album does. I said this on Facebook, and somebody left a comment going, it's even better than Volume 4? It's like, I just wrote this is my favorite album of all time. I mean, what part of that don't you get? I'm just bringing that up because I know somebody might have, before I just said this, would leave a comment below going, it's better than this. Look, read my lips. It's my favorite album of all time. Here, I'll say it in sign language. It's my favorite album of all time. There you go. You know, and I saw, I can't remember who it was. It was some rock star. I saw an interview with him where he said that one of his friends got so into this album it drove him nuts. Like, he never came back. Like, and I can totally understand it. I came back, but I'm still nuts. There's just something that it really does. I mean, yeah, this album is about Roger Waters, you know, his whole concept, you know, his dad died, and, you know, a lot of his education, all this stuff with his childhood is in this. But it transcends that. I mean, I know it's kind of like his story, but it applies to a lot of people as well, including me. And my father's still alive. He didn't die in the war, but I can still identify so much with this album. And it just has this thing, man. I mean, maybe I should just shut up now because I want to do a review on this. You know? So, the track listing is in the albums and it's like in scribbled form. So I took the time and I wrote it all here. And I already know who won. But, it's just such an amazing album. When I first bought this album back in either 79 or 80, man, I would just sit down in the headphones and listen to this so much, you know. And I know a lot of this is on the radio and a lot of you are burnt out on the songs, but you know, I don't listen to I haven't listened to radio since I worked for the city, which has almost been 3 years now. I stay away from the radio because it ruins it for a lot of people. I don't like Black Dog from Led Zeppelin. Radio ruined that for me. But I try to stay away from the radio enough where nothing on here, not even Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, I'm burnt out on. This is just a masterpiece. And, you know, before this was my favorite Pink Floyd album, I would point at Animals. Animals is a masterpiece as well. Dogs, one of the greatest songs ever written, you know. But then, you know, it just dawned on me how, God, you know, when I saw Roger Waters do this in its entirety, that's when it dawned on me. That's when it was like, God, this album is the greatest album ever. And it does take me on a roller coaster of emotions, you know. So maybe I should shut up and start. Okay, so the first track is In the Flesh. And that one's going against Hey You. Now, that's a difficult one, man. I mean, In the Flesh is short, but to the point and kicks ass. I like the way the Scorpions did it at the Berlin Wall. They did a good cover of it. I'm going to have to go with Hey You. A song I've heard a billion zillion times on the radio. Never sick of it. And I hardly ever heard In the Flesh on the radio. Definitely giving that one a Hey You. Alright, let's put this album down. Grab the notepad here. Alright, then we got The Thin Ice against Is There Anybody Out There? I'm going with The Thin Ice. Is There Anybody Out There? Is awesome. Moody's creepy. But, you know, Thin Ice, again, that's a song that really does tug at the heartstrings, man. It's just an amazing song. So I already got the, keep score. I already got the totals here. I know disc 2 got 1 and disc 1 got 1, and I'm gonna stop saying what got what and keep going. Another Brick in the Wall Part 1 versus Nobody's Home. I'm going with Nobody's Home. That song is just gorgeous and just gut-wrenching too, man. So sad, but all right, then we got the Happiest Days of Our Life versus VIERA. I'm going with the Happy Days of My Life, but VIERA, man, I mean, God, man, when you're old like me, and you've dated, quite a few females through the years, there's so many that, where are they? Whatever happened to them? Are they okay? Are they alive? I get that vibe from VIERA. What has become of you? Love it, but I'm gonna go with the Happiest Days of Our Lives. I just love that song more. All right, then the next one is Brick on the Wall Part 2. We don't need no education. I remember there was a little controversy back in the day when this came out. Yes, of course, oh man, what kind of message is that giving the kids? We don't need no education. But it also was controversial to the music fans that thought, Pink Floyd, you sold out to disco. Or, come on, man. A double album and just one song is disco-ish? Yeah. And that one's going against Bring the Boys Back Home, which is, it bleeds into after VIERA. But it's not that much of a song. But it's cool. I love it. I love every song on here. But I'm giving that one to Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, which I am not sick of. I love it. Stand still, laddie. Alright. Now this one is the most difficult one out of them all. Mother against Comfortably Numb. It's hard, man, because they're both so amazing. But you know what? I'm going to give the edge to Comfortably Numb because, you know what? Not even that much of an edge. It's a better song all around. The greatest emotional guitar solo ever caught on tape, in my opinion. What Gilmour does on that and on Mother is just amazing. So Comfortably Numb gets that one. Then we go into side 2, or is it disc 2? Yeah. Goodbye Blue Skies versus The Show Must Go On. Both great. I love how The Show Must Go On's got that 50s vibe, doo-wop type vibe to it. It's pretty cool. Where Goodbye Blue Sky is more of a acoustic but eerie too. Did you see the? Oh man, I'm giving it to Goodbye Blue Sky. Then Empty Spaces and In the Flesh. Again, Empty Spaces is awesome. Very eerie, dark. In the Flesh. Now, mind you, the first song is called In the Flesh, but that one's with a question mark. This one's without a question mark. It just says In the Flesh. And I'm going to go with that one. It's very, non-PC, but it's fucking awesome. It's pretty much In the Flesh, but, with lyrics, and it's just awesome. And I'm giving it to In the Flesh. All right, then we got Young Lust versus Run Like Hell. Now, this is going to sound crazy. I love Run Like Hell, but believe it or not, it's my least favorite song on the album. It really is. But I love it, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I'll take even those little tiny interludes and stuff. Something about, if I had to judge, I love, Run Like Hell. I do love it. But Young Lust gets the vote. Definitely. That one didn't hurt at all. Alright, then One of My Turns versus Waiting for the Worms. One of My Turns may be my favorite song off the album. Would you like to see me fly? Would you like to see me try? Just amazing. And I love that part in the movie where he just wrecks the hotel room during that song. Waiting for the Worms is awesome though, but I'm going to have to give it to one of my turns. All right, then we got Don't Leave Me Now versus Stop. Stop is very short. Very, very short. It's just a little piano thing, but it's awesome. But I'm giving it to Don't Leave Me Now. It's so depressing and love it. All right, then we got Brick in the Wall Part 3 versus The Trial. Both great. Like I said, this whole album's fucking awesome. The Trial. I just love it. It's so theatrical, you know. And it's amazing. I love it. And I love the little changes and the mother coming in and the judge screaming. Amazing song. Then we end it with Goodbye Blues, Goodbye Clue World versus Outside the Wall, which is little spoken word, and it has, you know, the same music that starts the album before In the Flesh kicks in. But Goodbye Clue World. It's so depressing. Goodbye, all you people. God, I love it. I love this album so much. It is my favorite album of all time. And disc 1 wins. Because disc 1 got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where disc 2 got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But every song, including Run Like Hell, is great. This whole album is great. This is not just an album to me. This is a journey into my soul. I'm serious. It grabs my soul and just won't let it go, man. The Wall, amazing. And, you know, I love, you know, to me it's Roger Waters, man. To me, he's the mastermind. I don't care about his politics. I don't care what he thinks outside the records. But, man, listening to this and Animals and Metal, you know, those are my 3 favorites. Yeah, I love Dark Side. I love Wish You Were Here. You know, I even like Pipers of the Gates of Dawn when he wasn't in charge. When it was Syd Barrett. I love that stuff too. And Adam Hart Mother. You know, more. There's just... But, again, not even in my top 20. I don't even think they're in my top 30. But definitely, this is in the top spot of my favorite album of all time. So hey, you want to do it? You want to do a track by track in the comments below? Please do. I'd like to see it. So hey, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. If you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath. And SHMACKEMAGOB! Is there anybody out there